to the person. It wasn't a question of who shot Thalassa. Thalassa herself is the problem.
What do you mean?
She was Zack Grammarai's wife, Trucy's mother, and McNeefy's Grammarai's only daughter. Ugh! That was a terrible accident, and the two of you killed your mentor's only daughter. If that wasn't the key to McNeefy's power over you, I don't know what was.
It was an accident!
Blackmail.
There's no proof, none at all.
But Thalassa went missing, and your mentor blackmailed both of his disciples. It doesn't take a genius to put one and one together.
Ours was a complex family.
You mean true Grammarai?
The Master McNeefy Grammarai, his only daughter, and his two disciples.
That does sound like a recipe for disaster, doesn't it?
Do not be tumbled into faulty flights of fancy. Yes, that was an accident. But that is all it was, an accident. Zack and Valen's tour de force. The guns blaze, the bullets fly straight towards the beautiful body on stage. And then crash, zing, pow, into everything but her. Now that is magic. It happened one day when we were practicing. Same trick with a new twist. And then, tragedy. But as for whose bullet stole Thalassa's life, we shall never know the answer. Thalassa disappeared from our lives, and Zack was bereft of his wife. Trucy lost her mother, and McNeefy his daughter.
Oh. That led to blackmail, I take it.
It is all part and parcel of the darkness that comes when the curtain falls.
Why did McNeefy Grammarai try to cover up the accident? It was his own daughter who died.
I can say this. It was a critical time for two Grammarai. A passing of the torch from McNeefy to Zant and Valant. Zack and Valant, well. We all sacrificed so that it might be a success. Thalassa's death was the greatest sacrifice of all, yet. Even when her life was extinguished, her presence was not.
What do you mean?
In time, we, myself and Zack, found we could no longer oppose McNeefy's wishes. McNeefy forced us to perform his art for his benefit.
I see. I guess I can understand. I mean, he did lose his only daughter.
But do you not find cowardice in his actions?
Huh?
You decided to hide the truth of your own daughter's death is one thing, but then to hang that death as a guillotine above our heads?
Things were dark behind the scenes in True Grammarai, that's for sure. Does Trucy know?
She was not told, naturally. Who would want to know that their father might have taken their mother's life?
True.
I had not thought of that accident for a very long time.
I'm sorry to dredge up old memories, but this has helped me a lot.
Not to find McNeefy's slayer, I should think.
True.
Ah. After that accident, there was one who came sniffing quite persistently.
A reporter?
He called himself a newsman at the time. Often I spied him lurking about the dressing room, doing his research.
Would you remember to happen his name? Do you remember his name?
You happen to remember his name. What was his name? Sorry, I've forgotten. But in the course of his interviewing, he became quite close to my partner, Zack. I liked him a lot. I liked him not.
I see.
His name... His name I do not recall, but his scent the cloying aroma of mint. Wow. I didn't know he had such a big role in the case. Yes, whenever he smiled, which was far too often.
I see. Thanks for your help.
It does no good to interfere with the past, Mr. Wright. You will not uncover answers, only wounds.
I'm sorry. I had begun to notice a dark curtain hanging over True Grammarai. and I began to realize what I had to do. I had to protect Trucy from that darkness. The reporter he mentioned, the newsman, I never learned who that was at the time. Well, I've got a pretty good idea who it is now. That smile and the sickly sweet smell of mint, the last floss-thin thread connecting Zach Grummer to his world, to this world. Sooner or later, I'd have to track him down. So now we're going to see the reporter. Spark Brushel. Drew Studio, again, and Sunshine Coliseum. Let's go there first. Oh, Drew is already dead. Well, what do we have here? Remember me? Of course I remember you. Journalist meets ex-attorney in bar, end quote. Can I ask what you're doing here? Mr. Mission was poisoned and his daughter's... Oh yes, I know. Oh, I know. Oh, how I know, yes. It's caused me no end of grief, to be honest. Journalist wishes he'd tracked down the case just a little quicker, end quote. Were you on the trail of this case the whole time?
Zach Grummer was a good friend.
Zach said something to that effect back at the Porsche Bowl Club.
What a character, what a man. Extremely rough around the edges.
Do you think I could ask you a few questions?
Oh, you serious? I mean, I'm usually not the interviewee. I'm usually the interviewer, not the interviewee. Journalists ask questions, not the other way around, end quote. Fine, shoot, I don't care. People have been asking me all sorts of things lately.
Okay. It was tragic what happened to Joe Misham and his daughter.
Forgery is a serious crime, and they paid the price. You know what really did them in, though, don't you?
Yes, a forged diary page.
I said that previous line as a question, but it was just a statement. The night I interviewed him, I found out something about Mr. Misham I hadn't known.
What's that?
No, he always felt like he was being watched. Every day for 7 years. Walls have ears, potatoes have eyes, end quote.
I do. Being watched? You mean he felt guilty?
No, I'm not talking about feelings here. You know, I felt watched too. The whole time I've been on this case, no less. Journalist gets tingling sensation on back of neck, freaks out, end quote.
Because you felt guilty?
Why would I feel guilty?
You felt like you were being watched, huh? I wonder what that all means. Paranoia. Drew Misham felt like he was being watched. And you along with him. You sure it wasn't just nerves?
Nerves? No, it's nothing so mundane. I stopped paying attention to my nerves a long time ago. But I felt it too. Journalist sure he is being watched, end quote. Don't you wonder why Zach Grummer got rubbed out after 7 years? Right after coming into contact with me? He completely vanishes from that courtroom. Then, for 7 years, he talks to no one, not a soul. Then, just as the remaining time was almost up, he contacts me in order to have this made.
And then he dies.
Starting to put the pieces together, are we?
And you were being watched this whole time?
Maybe not just me. Maybe you were too.
Me?
I met Zach through that case, actually.
You mean the shooting of Magnifi Grammari?
No, before that. It's not widely known.
You mean the accident? In the quick draw shooting practice?
My, you're well informed. You should have seen me back then. I dug up quite the scoop. I wanted it all. Money, fame, women, a little puppy, all for me.
With that smile, you're not gonna get any. Well, maybe a puppy. Well, maybe. It's a character, yeah.
I was younger then, and my days and nights smelled of fresher mint than they do now.
Val and Grammari did mention one particularly nosy reporter.
In fact, I was on close speaking terms with Magnifi Grammari at the time. I knew his daughter too, of course. Thalassa, was it?
Really?
Then Thalassa disappeared, quite suddenly at that. Magnifi wouldn't say a word about it. Yeah, my evil habit got the better of me. Journalist catches scent of scoop. Goes on feeding frenzy. End quote. I set up a one-on-one interview with Alassa's husband, see?
Zach Grammari.
Something strange was in the air over at True Grammari in those days. The whole screwy mentors controlling disciples theme started by then, I'm guessing. Alassa, she was a part of it all, right? Come on, you can tell me, off the record.
Sorry, I don't know.
Anyway, he kept prying and eventually became friends with Zach. Sure, he punched me once or twice, or 5 times, but over time he came to see me as his confidant. Confidant. He's been waiting this whole time, 7 years, eh?
Waiting?
For his big comeback, of course. A big revival of the Magnifique Miracle. Of course it was all a dream.
Because of this.
The performance rights. In the absence of any official documents, he was golden. Who's to say the old man didn't give his rights to both Zach and Valen?
So Valen waited until Zach died, legally at least.
The time finally comes, and Valen's like a kid on Christmas morning.
He's getting ready for his show at the Sunshine Coliseum, you know.
If that document sees the legal light of day, it's going to put a bit of a damper on the big show. He's a sorry one, that Valen Grammari. Lost out to his partner at work, and in love too.
A love triangle. Of course. Love?
It's the same old story, really. 2 disciples and their mentor's only daughter. What has 3 sides and all of them pointy? A love triangle.
That's pretty classic.
When you're in a performing troupe, that's your world. It's like family. One with an entire high school's worth of drama, intrigue, and backstabbing.
And in the middle of all this, Thalassa has Trucy. And then she dies. I need to find out more about this Thalassa. Mr. Brushel, do you know this person?
Do I know that person? Of course. I was friends with Zach, after all. He hit me a few times. 5 times, actually. But still, I never forget his wife.
Thalassa Grammari. Magnifique Grammari's only daughter. You think you could tell me more about her?
Well, why the heck not?
Thalassa.
So Thalassa married Zach and had Trucy, see? It was her second marriage, actually.
You mean she was divorced? I hadn't heard this one before.
Not quite. Her late husband was a performer too. He died in an accident on stage.
Oh,
tragic, really. They had only been married 1 year.
Oh, come on, that sucks. I didn't know.
That's so tragic. Oh, but she was a beauty. I still carry a portrait photo of her around, you know. I've known Trucy since she was a little thing too. She's got the better dealer, really. She's got you for family, after all.
What do you mean?
Just reminiscing, you know. Alassa has another child besides Trucy. End quote.
What? But Trucy said she was an only child.
Ah, yes. This one she had with a previous husband.
A previous husband? Her first husband who died on stage?
Yep, they had themselves a kid. Another orphan now. That's another one who slipped through the cracks. No idea where they are now.
Thalassa had another child. You think I could borrow this photo?
Sure, I can be generous on occasion, you know.
I won't need this locket anymore. I'll return it to Trucy before I forget.
People and events all get tangled together and get bigger and biggerer. Don't you think?
I was too busy wondering about the biggerer to listen to what you were saying.
Sometimes you've gotta accept that you won't be able to untangle it all, I think.
Maybe so, but still. I have to do what I can. And I have to tell what I find to those who come next.
Next, you say?
I'm not the one who will close the curtain on this little play. Apparently, that's not my role anymore.
With me for you. I was just wondering what Magnifi would think of all this.
What do you mean?
Haven't you seen it in Trucy? She's got his power.
You mean how I can't lie to Druzy?
It's the same with Magnifi. And with his daughter, Thalassa.
It's a strange thing. You think it's some Grammar gene?
Magnifi told me once, back when Zack married Thalassa. He said Zack had good eyes. But not like that, like a Grammarai's eyes, not that good.
I wonder if Zack even played a game of poker with his wife. Who knows what the Grammar secret was?
Maybe nobody, now that Zack's gone.
Zack Grammar.
Okay, there's only one part left.
The plot had finally begun to reveal itself. It spread from a warp in the Grammar fabric and grew, swallowing everything, wrapping itself around the Grammar's power. A power which passed from Magnifi Grammar to Thalassa to the next generation. And I would once again need to meet the one who bridged it all together.
Oh, we're still not done in all these. Okay, in that case I'm going to stop right now. I'm going to finish this next time. So thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.